So, Devil May Cry. Chances are, if you click this video, you already are familiar with the series, hence is why you came here. Since you're a Devil May Cry fan, you probably played the games all 1 through 5, even possibly the reboot. Chances are, if you played all those games, you probably like 3 the best. The reason being is because that game is what made Dante who he is today. Yeah, the pizza-eating, fun-loving, white-haired devil killer. We all know him at this point. And throughout the years, as the next game came around, Devil May Cry 4, you even probably liked Dante a little bit more than you did for the last game. Now that brings us to this point. The point where it all seemingly went wrong. The point where we got something that was not expected. And that was Devil May Cry the reboot. Yeah, we all liked it, right? No. There were a bunch of fans that were used to what they were getting with all the other Devil May Cries that came before that and was looking forward to see the story of 4 continue on to the next game, and instead they were slapped with a reimagination of who Dante was. And I slapped you a little bit there, but my bad. But for the reboot, this was able to reach an audience that Devil May Cry previously wasn't able to. I feel like this is where some of the people over in America really got dragged into the series, is with this reboot. So before we even get into what this video is about, I feel like Devil May Cry the reboot is the reason why we got 5 in the first place. To one, correct the mistakes that they made previously, and it gave them a little bit more money to work with and more audience to see what comes next after what this game was. But now to talk about what we're actually here for. Was Devil May Cry the reboot really even that bad? And I'ma just spare you some time, bro. The answer is no, it was actually pretty cool. Those people that were fans of the Devil May Cry series actually had some fun with the game and didn't really shit on the mechanics itself or anything gameplay wise. Well, besides the fact that everything was pretty much color coded at that time. You would use the demon arms for the red enemies and the angel arms for the blue enemies. And some people make this feel like it was way too easy, one, because you didn't get to figure out how you should be able to kill these demons in the most effective way, and 2, because it was forcing you to use certain weapons on certain demons. The biggest thing that fans had a problem with was the looks of Dante and how he talked and acted, which I didn't see a problem with at that time. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't see much of a problem with. But hold on, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why before you start typing in the comment section, okay, my brother? Just wait. At the time when this game came around, I was only stuck on playing the demo because I was a little kid. I can only play the free demo. I didn't have enough money to buy the Devil May Cry reboot at that time, even though I wanted to. In the demo, I kept playing that bitch like 100 million times because I thought it was fun. Now, off of hearing what I've heard about the game, I see why people were mad that he got changed into a different character, and that led me back to playing Devil May Cry 4. Which I would say, man, that opening, that shit was something else, my brother. That shit was spectacular. It almost made me drop a tear from my eye hearing the chorus playing, seeing Nero run through the city fighting off all the demons. That was beautiful. But playing Devil May Cry 4 got me to see what Dante's character was actually like and about. When I got the chance to play as Dante, I got to see why people were angry and mad. Let's put this in anime terms for people that don't understand yet why people were outraged when that reboot came out. Let's take someone's favorite character in anime like Naruto. Okay, let's say that they were planning to make a different series, but they still wanted to have Naruto and the main cast be in there. Obviously, it's not going to be like Boruto where Sun takes over. It's Naruto again, okay, right? Naruto again. Okay, we got it. Let's imagine this time Naruto has black hair, red eyes, and he doesn't want to be El Kamado Kage. Let's say he just doesn't want to do shit with his life, and he's an overall asshole. Now you're starting to put the pieces together why people got mad. Okay, I get it. Because if you took this character and gave him a different name, but made Dante and Virgil and Nero still exist in the same world, I don't think this game would have got so much backlash. Like at this point, you can just correct the series and call him Dante Jr., and then it will make more sense. And okay, I know we spend a lot of time explaining what Devil May Cry is, what happened with the reboot, why people don't like the reboot. Now let's get into the point why the Devil May Cry reboot was actually good.
I just seem to drag on forever.
Number one, as I said before, the gameplay itself was actually just so different. It felt so nice, and it felt more cinematic than what the previous games have done. As before, we didn't have those close-up shots to slow down when you finish off killing the last demon. None of that existed in Devil May Cry before, but now that the reboot came out, it made things more dynamic. And these were some things that were later put into Devil May Cry 5. So we had pretty nice feeling combat with smooth animations, and the cape was flowing everywhere. That's the one thing I liked about it so much. In addition to all the slow-mo and dynamic scenes, we had great animations for the character. When he slashes, his cape would just fly and flap everywhere, and that's the best I've ever seen it in any game. Everything he did made me feel the impact of those punches. When you go over to the demon arms, and it would just feel more impactful and more damaging, and using them in different combos would just, it felt great. This is probably the only DMC game that I use overdrive so much, and if you don't know what overdrive is, it's the move where Dante holds his sword behind his back and he throws a bunch of slashes at you. Now the reason I've used that move so much is because it looks fucking amazing in this game. So you can talk bad as much as you want about the use of color coding in the game, and you have to use this to do this and you have to use that to do that. I feel like it added a challenge to me, because in my brain, sometimes when you have these blue and red characters pop up at the same time, it's kind of hard to be able to switch between the angel arms and the demon arms, because it's like, okay, I need to kill both of them, but if one gets in the way, I either can't do too much damage or I can't hit them at all. It would force you to play strategically rather just style on people and be cool. Made you think about what move you're gonna do next, and it also made you use every weapon in the game. Because with most Devil May Cry games, you're probably only gonna use a couple of them, or maybe just one for the majority of the whole entire game. Like, come on, bro. Most of the other games were just using either Alistar in Devil May Cry 1 or Rebellion in most of the others. Oh yeah, the gameplay was good. Now let's go on to the stage and the sound design.
You wanna dance? Let's dance.
Brother, when I tell you them stages moving like that was revolutionary to me, that shit I've never seen in any video game I played, and them doing that when he's going into the limbo scenes and everything around him is moving and it's like the city is trying to kill him, that felt great to me. And it made platforming in a Devil May Cry game not feel tedious, because in most other Devil May Cry games you gotta, oh, jump on this platform, oh, try to get up here, you fall, oh, jump again, try to get on this platform, jump to that one, and you fall. This one felt so seamless. It made the character feel like he can do anything. And not to mention, that shit had my blood pumping trying to get out that motherfucking spot I was in, because nigga running through the city while that city is trying to kill you at the same time, that was great. And all the different stages you go to look so beautiful too as well. Like come on, man. I don't think any stage in there you can say is, man, this shit is ass. You can't say that to any stage in that game. What also made this game stand out for the rest is its use of heavy metal music, and it felt demonic, which is how Devil May Cry games should feel, because in the name it's Devil May Cry and they are demons. So having that heavy metal playing in the background as I'm killing a bunch of demons just felt right. And while in other games the upbeat music is pretty fine, it didn't make me feel like I really wanted to kill some demons. It didn't make me feel like I want to kill anything. If you want to talk about anything bad about this game, there's two things you cannot talk about. It is the stage design and those soundtracks for the various reasons I pointed out before. But hey, that's enough glazing for me here. I feel like I explained every reason why people hated this game and what's good about this game. But of course, people are entitled to their own opinions, and if you feel any different, brother, that's fine. Let's just shake hands and agree to disagree, okay? Without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video. So if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe, because I do other things on this channel too here as well.